Welcome to Greensboro Viewmaster Crowdsourced TV, where we focus on the inner life of Greensboro. Sponsored by Crescent Productions, your pro resource for multi-camera live stream events. And by Artisan Advertising and Video, your a la carte advertising agency and video production house. Also sponsored by Film Machine, Highway 29 Motion Pictures, Fellow Travelers, Trep TV, and First Light Films.
Hi, welcome back. Greensboro Viewmaster. We're really delighted to have Adam Carlin with us today. Adam is the director of Greensboro Project Space. This is a really special space over beside the Forge in the same building. If you know where the Forge is that Lewis? It's on Lewis, right?
Lewis.
It is Lewis. It goes across the tracks as you're headed toward Eugene over there.
That's it.
But it's a really nice space. It's a multi-use space, fair to say. And why don't you just, if you don't mind, just give us, well, first of all, you're not a Greensboro boy.
No.
You're from, you told me.
New York.
New York.
And Oakland, California.
Okay, Oakland. Yeah.
Oakland.
All right.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Greensboro?
I moved here last July, although I was working a little bit before that here for around 6 months at Bennett College before I started at UNC-G.
You worked at Bennett?
Very briefly, yeah.
And then UNC-G?
And then UNC-G.
As a student or as an employee?
As an employee.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you doing as an employee? Yeah, at UNC-G.
At UNC-G. So I have two different positions right now at UNC-G. So one, I'm the executive director of our new off-campus contemporary arts center, Greensboro Project Space.
Okay.
And then my other position is just started recently is program director for the Community Arts Collaborative, which oversees and helps create community-engaged programs for the School of Music, Theater, Art, and Dance.
This is all at UNC-G?
UNC-G,
coordinating like events that spring out of those departments.
Yeah, the College of Visual Performing Arts.
Okay.
Yeah, and some of the community-engaged projects that I work with in the Community Arts Collaborative, they'll be housed at Greensboro Project Space, and so there's a lot of kind of, cross-disciplinary things happening there.
Gotcha. Now, how do the citizens of Greensboro? Well, first of all, okay, they got you into the Greensboro Project Space. At what point were you involved with it? Did they simply say, "Adam, we got this all figured out," or were you part of its the concept itself? And were you there from the get-go?
I was there from the get-go. So Lawrence Jenkins, who's now the associate dean, and at the time was the director of the School of Art, he had this dream for, the legend is like 5 to 7 years about the School of Art having a space in downtown Greensboro where we could connect students and faculty to the city, be part of the downtown revitalization, and just kind of being part of what's happening down here.
Okay.
And then I think he met Andy Zimmerman. They found the building and decided it was time to make this happen. And then he brought me over to help create his vision and carry it on. So
that's quite it's something to be tasked with a vision like that.
Yeah.
Really, because a lot of universities are they're starting to pay more and more attention to how that intellectual capital within the university is commercialized, how it's shared, how it's spread. And for the arts, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it's really important. I go to graduate school in Portland State University. I do it via Skype right now, but the motto for Portland State University is let knowledge serve the city, and I think that's a really great idea. I mean, all this creativity and ideas and things are happening right over there, and I think it should involve the community, or at least affect the community in some sense. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how should the citizens of Greensboro sort of look at the project space? What's in it for them? Let's talk about your website and how they can, share your web address, and there's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah,
a whole lot. We wanted to bring it up and show it, but we're not quite at that point where we can go to the web and show a website. But just how do we interface with Project Space?
Well, so you go to greensboroprojectspace.com and you can sign up for a newsletter, and you can see all of our past projects, our ongoing projects, what's coming up. We have almost weekly events starting in the fall semester. there's tons of things happening over there. So go to the website, I think, is a good way, and just kind of stop by here and there. It's a very
Is it people can just drop by?
yeah, we don't really standardize like the amount of time shows are. It's not like each month. It's some exhibitions are a day, some are 3 days, some are a week. So it's always changing a lot. We have a dance floor for the School of Dance to use, and the theater program uses it for performances, and the art program does installations. So just stopping by often, I think, is a good. Of course, I want people to stop by often, but I think it's a good way to see all the different things that we do.
And if they go to your website, they're going to get an email about an event when it's coming up. You're going to let them know. Because
Yeah.
see, I drop by the Forge on occasion, and I see the project space. I've seen it. Till the other day, I just dropped in and met you, but I didn't know what it was. You know, so
Yeah.
hopefully maybe this helps some. But yeah, the city needs to know
process.
what's going on there.
Yeah.
Because it's exciting.
Absolutely. We've been doing we focus a lot on partnerships. I mean, the main idea is for students and faculty in the College of Visual Performing Arts to interact with the city, so we do that a lot with partnerships. So that's been helping, get the word across by actually involving the community in what we're doing. We partnered with the Civil Rights Museum. We partnered with, Community Foundation Greensboro, Action Greensboro, lots of different organizations. So that's a tactic, I think, to get the word out by just involving people in our process.
Yeah, and networking with all the different organizations.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us just maybe a few things for the fall that we might want to be looking out for.
Sure, yeah. Let's see, we have about 20 different projects, I think, planned for the fall.
Wow.
One example, Dwayne Cyrus, who's a faculty member at the School of Dance, he's doing an exhibition at our space, and he works with dance and community engagement, so he's a really good fit for our space because his work involves involving the community in his process. And his grandfather was a black male in the Navy during World War II, and their ship was bombed, and he saved, I think, 60 people's lives at the time. And a plaque was erected about him, and all this kind of folklore about him came out. So the exhibition is using that story to empower black males in our community, to talk about some of these ideas through painting and dance and music and all sorts of stuff. So that's one in fall. That's a good one. We're also doing a manufacturing festival in partnership with the Forge.
Oh, nice. What's that going to involve?
So looking at the manufacturing history of Greensboro and making it interactive for the public. So we have like a storytelling night where people who have history in the manufacturing scene, personal history, or their parents were in one of the mills.
Yeah, some mill village stories.
Exactly, kind of talking about that, and a sculpture garden and live demos and all sorts of stuff. So that'll be a good one. And I could talk forever about what's going. Yeah, a lot of other little things like that.
Yeah. Do you do anything seasonal? Like as people are looking at like Halloween or Christmas, is there anything that's tied into the seasons?
No, but that's a great idea. I think tapping into that.
People do sort of come out of the woodwork to do things.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, my wife and I do. I'll just speak for us. We like to go check out something.
We try to tap into some of the festivals that are happening to offer or create, programming for some of those things. Like we're doing a South End Festival down in our area, and we're bringing the North Carolina Dance and Film Festival there.
Really?
Which is
the North Carolina Dance and Film. Oh, it's
films
Festival. About dance,
exactly.
Right? You were telling me about that.
Yeah, and that's brought together by the faculty member from the School of Dance. And so I think piggyback, the Folk Festival will do some sort of programming and things like that. We did some cool stuff last year. So I think you're onto something. Tapping into, when people are ready to get out and talk to each other.
I mean, people want to get out and do stuff in the fall. It's so nice and cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you enjoying North Carolina?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, I feel like Oakland was such a big place with so many different things happening, which was exciting and awesome, but it's nice to come to a place that there's a lot of room for growth and change, and people are very responsive. They want to see the new contemporary art. They want to experiment with new different art forms and things like that. I really like it. I do like it a lot.
It's not too quiet for you?
It's when I moved here, I said, I bet you a year in, I'll start to kind of feel like a little bit stir crazy. And
Right.
the year passed just a month ago, and there's a little bit of it. But you know,
Uh-huh.
at our space, we have artists from around the world who come do projects with us. So
So how can you?
I could stay in the same place and travel the world really. So
Right.
I mean, I love Greensboro. I really like being
That's
here.
sweet. That's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
It's good to hear. I always like to
Yeah.
hear what people have to say about our city.
Yeah.
From
Nice
from that
city.
perspective, having lived elsewhere, and
Mhm.
particularly in a larger, more cosmopolitan city like Oakland,
Yeah.
California.
It's very different.
Well, it's a pleasure having you here. This is Adam
Absolutely.
Carlin, Greensboro Project Space, affiliated with UNC-G. So you think of it as kind of like the segue or the conduit
Mm-hmm.
for the intellectual and artistic and cultural capital of the university, UNC-G. It's interfaced with the city, so you don't have to go and run over to the UNC-G all the time to meet an artist or see. Even though that's good too, but Greensboro Project Space is something special that UNC-G has put into place and put Adam in charge of. So I suggest you drop by and check it out, and check out their website, which is
GreensboroProjectSpace.com.
GreensboroProjectSpace.com. I checked it out, GreensboroProjectSpace.com. It's really a great website for one thing. There's a lot of information there, and then you can sign on to the mailing list, and they'll let you know about things that are going on, or drop by sometime and say hi to Adam.
Absolutely.
That's it for Greensboro Viewmaster this week. It's been a long show, longer than we expected. We really want to try to do about an hour-long show, but this is our first time. So glad that you're watching it, whether you watched it live or whether you're watching it after the fact. So come back to see us. We hope to do this weekly. Join us on Facebook. That's where you'll be notified when we do our next live stream. Greensboro Viewmaster on Facebook, facebook.com/Greensboro Viewmaster. Okay? Thanks a lot.